The Wake Up Show.
With Strawberry, Lizette Love, and Jenna.
On KUBE 93.3.
This is the Wake Up Show Uncensored podcast. I am Strawberry.
I'm Lizette Love.
I'm Jenna.
What's up? I'm IYLA.
Hey! Well, thanks for coming. That was awesome. You did great. You nailed it. You're a good one.
Yes.
That's it for today's podcast.
That's good.
No wonder you got this job. Brilliant.
So welcome to Seattle.
Yes.
Thank you.
Miss IYLA. Have you been here before or no?
Okay, I've been here like a couple months ago for like 40 minutes.
Doesn't
I know
count.
that sounds crazy. I was here for a wedding up in Mount Rainier.
Okay.
And so
The
I
wedding
just
was 40
stopped
minutes
through.
long?
She was
No, but I
crashing the
stopped
wedding.
They were
through
trying to get
Seattle.
home quick.
Yeah, right.
I'm more obsessed with the fact that it was on Mount Rainier.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
on Mount Rainier.
Yeah, it was like in the middle, literally in
that
the middle
view
of.
must have been crazy.
Oh, it was insane.
That's doing too
Damn.
much.
Yeah, it was a lot.
I'm not getting married on a mountain.
You know, when it's a
Too-
nice
too
day
much.
here, the saying around Seattle is the mountain's out, and they're talking about Mount Rainier.
Dang, I didn't know that.
'Cause you
Yeah,
can
it was
see it.
beautiful. It was a lot of nature.
Yeah. You know
For
it's
a
a
wedding.
volcano, right?
No,
It's a volcano. It's an active volcano.
great.
So when it blows
She said,
up,
bitch, what?
we're all messed up.
Great.
You said what?
That's
I
why,
knew
it was,
that.
that's why it was 40 minutes. They're like, yeah, we got to get in and get out.
We can't stay up here for long.
Okay, so welcome back to Seattle
Thank
then.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So the ground rules for this are there no rules. It's
Yes.
an uncensored
Love it.
podcast. I know you have your entourage here, people telling you what to do, how to behave. Throw all that out the window.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
yeah,
let's just
I'm
hang. Let's just hang. Okay, so what do you want to talk about first? Your music, your promo, the videos, which are freaking crazy, your
Ooh.
supermodel thing on Instagram you got going, your
Oh my
YouTube
God.
documentary series. I mean, we can talk a lot about you,
You're a
IYLA.
busy girl.
Man, yeah, the music. I guess we could talk about the music
Let's get into
first.
the music.
Yeah, so I dropped my EP, Raindrops, my first ever EP or project out back in October.
Yeah.
And it's only been like a few months and it's crazy, the response. Like I'm super grateful and I don't know, it feels so cool to like connect with people. And I feel like music is kind of like how I, what's the word? Like how I connect, I guess.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
how I
That's
engage.
exactly the word.
And it's like, yeah. And it's how I kind of express myself.
Yeah.
And so it's so cool to have like feedback and people like it.
I
And it's
love
kind of
that.
surreal. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's cool.
That is
So
really dope.
you can't really be pigeonholed. You got a really cool style that's not just a copy and paste. Oh, here's another one of those. Like you have your
Thank
own
you.
lane. You have a really cool style. I was wondering this is a hip hop station.
Yeah.
So with hip hop, you got these like SoundCloud rappers, right? And these
Mm-hmm.
bedroom like, it's not really hip hop. It's not really rap. It's just like they kind of look down upon
The
mumble
mumble
rappers and
Mm-hmm.
SoundCloud rappers. What's the mumble rapper version in like the singing world? Like, do you guys have like, oh, she's not really a singer? Like, you guys don't have a mumble rapper, right? Everyone who comes through with vocals, you
that's
have to stand on your
interesting.
own, don't you?
I feel like, well, you know what? I feel like there's some artists who are singers, but I don't even know that they would identify like that. Like they're more a vibe.
Yeah.
You know what
Okay.
I mean?
I
It's
feel
almost
that.
a little bit rappy, a little bit singy. It's kind of like an in-between thing. And it's more about like dancing or like the music or the tracks or whatever it is. I feel like that's maybe the closest thing.
Yeah.
Which would
Right.
also kind of live on like SoundCloud and stuff like that,
Yeah.
where it's more like they're just putting you in a mood and
Mm-hmm.
it's not about like showing off some vocals
Lyrics
or
or
like
vocals, yeah.
lyrics. Yeah. It's
Not
like a
everybody's
vibe.
Mariah Carey.
Right.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
not everybody needs to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Facts.
But there's
For
no
sure.
division. There's no division. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
We got to deal with mumble rappers.
Definitely.
I'm not happy about that.
Who's somebody that you looked up to for, just
Ooh.
as a kid growing up? Like maybe a song that you sang, first song that you sang of somebody you were like, yeah, that's how I kind of want to sound.
Yeah,
What made you
I-
fall in love with music?
Okay, so I feel like my family made me fall in love with music. I come from a super like music fan family. And my dad was a choir director and like a lot of my family members sang in church growing up. And so I definitely was around that. Like that made me fall in love with
Did they
music.
make you sing in church too?
Yes. But I was always super reserved, like super shy. And so I kind of like, I danced a lot of my life and I kind of like hid behind
Yeah.
dancing, if that makes sense, because I didn't have to like speak or sing or
Right, right,
whatever.
right.
But I knew I wanted to do music always. And so I think I just had to get to that point. I think it was like in high school where I was like, okay, I'm ready to like own that I want to do this and like try to make it happen. But yeah, India Ari is probably the
Okay,
person I'd
dope.
say who like
That's
as
good.
a yeah
definitely
like
see
that I
that too.
always since I was a kid would listen to and like my family would listen to. There's so many people, but yeah, for her, like she's my number one.
I love that.
for sure. And she just as a vocalist, but also just as a woman, and like she's super real and forward, and she doesn't like hide
Falter.
behind anything with her lyrics. Like she's just right there and she like tells it like it is.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like that's super
too.
inspirational to me, like as a person, as an artist, whatever.
And
like,
I love women like that in
Me
general. And
too.
just straightforward to the point. Like, this is me. If you don't like it, you don't need to.
Exactly.
But
And
there's people that do.
And we're in a time now where I feel like especially women are in that place where it's like super, I think men too, but I think men have kind of always done that, especially in rap music, like in hip hop, I think it's very forward, you know?
Yeah.
But I think with women, we're slowly like hip hop, R&B, pop, whatever. It's like super in your face now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm here and if you don't like it, it's cool. Like,
I feel like it's because we're always put in categories.
Yes.
You know, like you're either
Totally.
really pretty and maybe you don't have any skills rapping,
Yeah.
but you got a banging ass body,
Right.
so we can sell you, or you're really good at this, but you might not be too easy on the eyes, but
Right.
maybe we'll turn you into this. And, you know, it can never just be an artist.
Right.
You know, like a guy. Like, he
Right.
doesn't have to be attractive.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to be good.
It helps. though.
Right.
You know, but then again,
Slowly.
I think I know more rappers that are ugly than I do that are attractive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in the real world,
crazy.
all of us girls like.
Oh, IYLA just called all the rappers ugly. Did you guys hear that? We have it on
no.
tape. She just said, "Oh my God,
was
send
like,
this to
yes,
Harvey Levin."
period.
You just gotta throw like a beard on them and some face tattoos, and they're a whole
no,
new
but
person.
it's true. It's totally
You know,
different
it's
with
totally
females.
different.
Yeah, it's
And
a different world.
Even like in our own world, like most women will be like, oh, I want 6 feet and higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they're 5'9" or below, like I don't like
Too
them.
short.
But how many rappers are like 5'7", 5'8", but you
Right.
would never know.
All of them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're all tiny.
Every single
All the
one.
she just called all the rappers short. TMZ.
short pieces of shit.
No.
Damn,
That's
IYLA with the
hilarious.
hot takes today.
Oh my gosh.
Back
no, but
off.
it's just true. It's two different worlds,
Totally.
you know?
Yeah.
I think that spreads into most industries, not just the entertainment industry.
Yep.
You know,
I
it's funny
agree.
how that is, but I feel like we're as women, we're making our way there.
Oh,
you know?
definitely.
And luckily, there were so many women who came before us who like
Yes.
paved the way for
Hell
that,
yeah.
and men who
Yeah.
came before us who paved the way for that. And so I don't know. I'm happy to be in this time.
Yeah.
It feels strong.
Very
it feels
empowering.
powerful.
Yes, I agree. And it's nice to see not just one female rapper out there. Like
Totally.
there only can be one at
Yeah.
all times, and now it's more. There's Remy Ma, and there's you know what I
Yes.
mean, Cardi
Yeah.
B, and they're not fighting. Like
Yeah.
they're friends.
Yeah, I
You
love
know,
it.
so
I
it's
love
cool.
that. Totally.
Those two aren't.
Woo.
No, I was saying, yeah. Nicki Minaj may have some things to say. There may be some little scuffles
Well,
here
there's
and there,
always
but
going to be beef. I mean, girls don't really get along
Yeah.
most of the time. You know what I mean? But you have like powerful
Yeah.
women that really stand for something. They get the point. I think that powerful women like to rock with powerful women for that reason.
Totally.
You know.
Totally.
And I don't know. As a woman, I think that that's really important.
Yeah.
There can be more than one.
I wonder
Yeah.
if Nikki's gonna say something about Cardi's video.
I
Oh,
don't know.
Cardi.
Have you seen it?
No, what?
Cardi B's new one?
Cardi and Offset's new video, Clout.
I saw clips of it just
Yeah.
like on my way here. I was looking on Instagram.
I haven't seen the whole thing by myself. I mean,
Looks
by itself
familiar,
either.
It was
right?
intense.
But it looks
I was like, that's
familiar.
very Nicki with like the head snaps and the movements, and she was making those facial expressions. I was like, that's got Nicki Minaj written all over it.
I wonder if she'll see it.
Of course, she'll see
gonna
it.
see it.
Of
I don't know.
course.
I feel
wonder if
like
she's
we
gonna
all
say
do that though.
anything.
You know, as like human beings, I feel like nothing is super original anymore.
Yeah,
Like we
it's
have to
not.
just be ourselves and like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I made the comment that I thought it was weird how like rappers, when they get to a certain point, they're all futuristic. Like all of a sudden you look like you're in like 2075.
funny.
Uh-huh.
But why? Like Nicki went from like rapping streets, like New York girl, to all of a sudden she's like, Monster, and I'm, are you crazy? And I'm like,
Green
what? How did that
backgrounds,
happen?
pink
Yeah.
wigs.
Yeah. I think it's cool that how she has like all her little like
It
alter
is.
egos.
Characters.
Definitely
Yeah,
have
her
stages.
characters.
Uh-huh.
It's
It's
just cool, though.
personalities.
It's just weird how that's like a theme. Like once you make it, you're futuristic. Like it's
It
just
is a
it's
theme.
so weird to me.
Do you ever
That's
hope to one
interesting.
day be futuristic?
You never know.
Your videos are already kind of
Yeah.
at that artistic. I don't want to say futuristic, but because they're at a very artistic
Artistic.
level.
Thank
so
you.
it's
I
not
was-
like if you drop another video, they go, "Oh, look at IYLA, she changed over here." Like you're already
Yeah.
on that
So are
really
you-
deep level on your
Is that
videos.
all you?
So
Or-
I usually it starts with me. And then my director, Embryo, he does all the visuals.
Okay.
And he will kind of take it to that next level of like weird and avant-garde.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it kind of is just like this.
Avant-garde.
So
Good
you
word.
tell him
Moment,
like,
yeah.
this is kind of what I want. This is
Synopsis.
the look I'm going for.
Yeah.
And you're just like, here, fucking put it together.
Exactly. And he'll kind of he takes it to that next level. And then I work with an awesome stylist, Brooklyn, who just that third level, you know what I mean? Where it's just the visuals and the colors and all that like come to life, I guess, with her.
You know, speaking of videos, with your shampoo video, did you catch any flack from that? Because there's a warning. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It came out kind of towards the end of 2018.
Yeah.
There was a warning, hey, some, material may not be suitable for
Graphic.
our audience type of things. And it hinted at, self-harm and suicide. But I think it did it kind of in an artistic way and it didn't glorify it.
Yeah.
But you know how people only half pay attention and then they're up in arms about shit?
Oh, totally.
Did you get any flack and people...
Yeah. So when we did that video, even just deciding to do that concept was like a process for me because mental health awareness is super important to me.
Yeah.
Right.
And, we're in a time where social media is so big and so important
toxic.
and and people put so much importance in that.
Yeah.
And that causes a lot of pain, I think, in people. And so anyway, so when I was deciding to do that, it was a process, but I felt like we have to put this conversation out there. Like we have to have an open dialogue more than we do. And I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, are you good? Like we don't ask, we'll be like, how are you? And you're like, good.
Yeah.
How are you? Good.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
But it's
and
never
it's like
deep.
right. And even with your relationships and the videos, basically about a relationship where the person is not being seen, not being heard.
Yeah.
We're like in the bed and he's right next to me and I'm, in a bad state and he's texting and doesn't even see it, right?
Right.
And so, and that's what I wrote the song about too, is just kind of not being seen, not being heard and whatever. And so, and that goes deeper than even relationships. It goes into family and all that stuff. And so the video, didn't receive, I was scared, to be honest. I was like, this is art, but I have the best intentions to, start a conversation.
Right.
And
But not
I think
everyone's going to see what
not
you see.
Exactly. But it was honestly way better than I thought the response would be. Like people really got it. And I get so many DMs about like, I'm going through this and what do I do? And I'll put stuff up like, hey, like, what's up guys? Hit me up if you need to talk. I'm here.
That's so
My DMs
dope.
are open on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever, Facebook. Like I put that out there and I get a lot back and I think it's beautiful. It's like it kind of accomplished exactly what I wanted it to. And if there's negative things to say, like that's how they feel.
Yeah.
And I had the best intentions, you know?
Right.
So
And it comes off that way, in my personal humble opinion, it comes off that way. Like I said, I didn't see that it glorified any self-harm. I thought it was done well, and I thought the message got passed on. But like I said, people half pay attention sometimes.
They
And
do.
those are the
See,
ones
and-
that hit the keyboard. I'm so upset. How can she do this?
Yeah, I feel like you kind of have to even like watch it a couple times. We wanted to also honor some artists in the video who, did pass because of these things and just kind of, honor them and also create a discussion about the industry and the entertainment industry, not just music, where there's a lot of pain and a lot of kind of being shut down and not getting to open up or be who you really are and whatever. And so that was super important to me. And if you watch it a couple times, you'll catch a few,
That's what I was
in
going
there.
to say is like they're visually stunning and they're beautiful, which makes you want to watch. And then I think the biggest thing is it makes questions arise. That's the biggest thing is, people ask questions when they might not understand something.
Yeah.
And even if you get a negative, response from it, at least they're bringing it up for you to say, no, this is
Exactly.
actually how I feel about this. And
Yeah.
I think that's important because everyone wants to be like, oh, I'm so happy. Everything's fine. The world's fine.
Exactly.
But that's not real life,
especially on social media.
especially on social media. I mean,
Everybody puts their best foot forward, like, on social media. And it's like, we got to be, especially artists, I think, like, or any type of influencer,
Yeah.
we have to be honest about that we're not.
you have
some-
bad days.
Right.
It's okay to have a bad day.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
I feel that same exact way. And I just I can't even imagine being like a teen growing up in this time,
I
like
can't
being
either.
in high school.
No.
We didn't have social media like that. We had like MySpace towards the end.
Totally.
But like that was even rough. You know what I
Right.
mean? And to have something all day, every day, and to get bullied on these things, and like you are away from school and you still get bullied at home.
Right.
You're looking at all these messages all the time. It's
Right.
like, how do you survive that? Because I know when I went through problems as a teen, it was like the world was ending, literally.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know what problems were.
But you
know
feel
what I
like
mean?
it's
But
only
you feel
you.
like it's
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
feel alone,
Yeah.
and you feel like no one else understands this,
Yeah.
and why isn't this happening to anyone else? And
Right.
so I try to preach the same exact things,
I love
especially
that.
to youth.
I love
It's like,
that.
know that this is a normal feeling.
Yeah.
You don't even know what's going on in your body because you're hormonal, first and foremost.
worst.
Like, there's so many things going on in your
Totally.
head.
Middle school age.
Oh, God, the worst.
Rough. That was like the worst.
You even look crazy. We all go through that
Totally.
looking
The
crazy
ugly
stage.
stage.
Totally.
And having that be on Instagram, like,
no, I can't. I didn't even have
God.
I didn't have an iPhone in high school.
No.
There was not
I
like
didn't get a
I was
phone
on a
until
regular
flip
thing.
phone.
Yeah.
Flip phone,
or
a
the little
Nokia.
slide up thing or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Sidekick.
Sidekick.
Yeah.
I had a BlackBerry.
Sidekick gang.
I got a phone when I was like 16. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was like pushing it.
Right.
You know, I'm like, whoa, these kids.
It's
Pictures
crazy.
everywhere.
Right.
Speaking of middle school and high school,
Yeah.
what was the young teenage IYLA like? Were you hiding your singing talents, or were you like, I'm in every singing competition and I'm frantic?
Oh no.
Because as a fellow pale redhead, middle school and high school wasn't easy for young Straw. Like I
Right.
didn't have the easiest.
Did people even know that
Right.
you were singing?
So no, not really. So because I
Okay.
danced, so I went to a performing arts high school.
Okay.
In Van Nuys,
Yeah, I've seen
California.
Glee. Yeah, I've seen Glee.
And,
I
right.
get it.
And it was kind of it was low key like that kind of vibe because it was like acting, dancing, singing, and you picked your major.
That's really
so we would
cool.
have like academics first part of school and then
Yeah.
like, lunch and then whatever your major was for like 5 hours a day. And mine was dance. And so we were forced to, this is funny, but we were forced to like take drama classes, take music classes, whatever. And I sang. Like
Okay.
I would sing at home and whatever. But I would like do everything I could to not go to class for the music class because we would have to sing. And I would be like, I'm not ready. Like I
Yeah.
can't sing in front of my friends and whatever. Yeah. And so, and I was the only redhead, like for sure. I was the only like pale
So you
redhead
already
at my
stood
school.
out.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like, oh
It
my
ain't
gosh.
easy.
No. And so,
You guys get it, right?
and so like I feel like a couple years into school, I was like, I can't, like I would try to take every other class and get extra credits so
Right.
I didn't
Have
get in
to do
trouble
that.
for not going to that class. And oh
And
my
look here
gosh.
where you are now.
Right.
How
and
did
so-
you eventually overcome that? Like your stage
Okay,
fright?
so-
Stage fright is a son of a bitch, too.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Okay. So when I was
I feel
17,
like it's gonna be a good story.
it's funny. So I was a junior in high school and we had a talent show. And every year I would just dance at the talent show. Like everybody would do the talent show because it was a performing arts school, right? And it was like it was like an
Your
intense
talent show
talent
must
show.
have been
Right.
lit.
Yeah,
it was
that's cool.
literally like X Factor or something. You know, it was not a
American
regular
Idol.
talent. Yeah. And so I signed up to sing because I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I gotta do it in front of like the most embarrassing
Get it
crowd,
over
which
with.
would be my high school. And so I signed up and I sang "Say My Name." Destiny's Child.
Is there video of this?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
You say it by
And-
yourself too?
by myself.
Okay.
And
All
I
three
like,
parts?
oh God, yeah, right, all the parts, yeah. But it was a moment, and I remember everybody was like,
Oh my
okay.
God, she can sing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
shit.
definitely an interesting kind of like transition in my life because I'm kind of like this way with everything, but like once I did it, I was like, cool, I did it, and now I'm here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
And
it
And
just
then you
changed.
could do it after that.
Exactly. Like I feel like I have a lot of like fears, like whatever. I'm scared of like water, right? But once I
Hold
get in
on.
the ocean,
What?
no, like
I think
like
she's being sarcastic.
Oh, like open bodies of
Like a
water?
figure-
yes,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
like
So does Jenna. She
Really?
won't get anywhere near a lake,
no
ocean,
lakes
nothing.
are the worst.
Lakes are
For some reason,
sure
a
the
lake is
worst.
scarier than an ocean to
I
me.
won't get in an
Because that's where they
ocean
hide the dead bodies.
unless
No, that is
It's
why.
facts.
It's
And
literally
you
facts.
can't. It's so murky, and the water doesn't.
The seaweed might touch
Ugh.
you, and it's all over from there. If anything touches my
Right.
foot, I don't like to get like my hair wet, really, or
Right.
like me
'Cause then-
wet. It's just weird for me. Like I don't mind. Like I'm not even like much of a pool person, but I only get in the ocean if I can see through the water, and I
Yeah.
still won't like swim.
Right.
I'm just feet in, then out.
But I feel like with me, like I'm terrified of stuff like that,
Yeah.
like being in a whatever.
'Cause you don't
But
know
if
what's
I
out
do
there.
it, if I go and I just do it, then I'll probably have fun.
Okay.
And I'm the person who will do it. I just have to get past the fear.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
And so anyway, so that's kind of what happened with my intro to like singing for people was
That's
just
so
like I did
funny.
it and then I was kind of like okay,
Okay,
I was cool.
Well,
You know what I
nothing,
mean?
No big deal.
Right.
That's
right.
so funny. I by no means I can sing by like a professional at all, but I was in choir for like my whole life, right? And I'm deathly scared of having any type of solos in front of people.
Yeah.
And
Scary.
the only time that I finally did it was my 4th grade year. I got up and sang Silent Night. and my brother
gosh.
gets up in the middle of the auditorium with like over hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
And says, "That's my sister."
Oh,
And
that's
I
cute.
was like, "Oh my God." And I still had to sing. And it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever had.
He didn't wait till you finished? That
He
was
did
on
it
your
before.
intro? Oh.
I got up and sat there and I was like, "Okay, do it, Jenna, do it, Jenna. I can do this." And I practiced for weeks and weeks because I was so scared.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
sweating. And I'm 9. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm scared. And then he gets up and does that. And I was like, "Oh no. Oh no, now everybody knows it's me."
Right.
Whoever didn't know it was me, now they know it's me.
And he like set you up where you had to do well now
Yeah.
because he like shouted you out.
yeah, that's my brother. And he was like the cool dude, like the cool high schooler that everybody was like, "Oh, yo, that's Mike." You know what I mean? So I'm like, "Oh my God, there's so much pressure
No
on
pressure.
me." I know.
Dang.
The worst, right?
That's a good story though. You overcame it. You
It
sang
made me feel good though.
Did you do
know?
good?
Yeah, I did good. I
Good.
mean, no one booed me, but like I still
That's
to
always a
this
good
day,
sign.
it's
Yeah.
hard for me to like get up and like sing in front of people or
Yeah.
do anything and like
Can you talk in front of people? Like
Yeah.
if you had to like
oh
public.
definitely. I'm like, "Psh, hey, what's going on?" You know, I'm a
Oh,
I'm a
I
people
can't.
person.
You can't?
No, like
But see, I
public
find that
speaking
so
is my
funny to
test in
me.
life. Yeah.
But like I'll crack a mic in here and I'll start like getting nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I
there's
can't-
nobody in the room.
I can't talk in front of people either.
You know, yeah.
I went to nursing school for like a year, and we had a public speaking class, and I dropped out because I didn't want to talk in front of
no,
the class.
that would literally be my life.
Swear.
Otherwise, you'd be a
So,
doctor
same.
right now.
Swear. No, probably not.
Oh.
I mean, I was already interning at the radio station, and then it kind of also was like, I don't even want to be a nurse. I want to do radio.
Right.
So it was even more of a reason to drop out.
Wow. That would be me.
But
I
the
would do
public
something
speaking
like
class
that.
did it for me. I was like, I'm not
It's
gonna do this
terrifying.
anyways.
Or
I'm
like
not
a
gonna put myself
speech
through
class.
that.
A speech class is like
Yeah.
my worst nightmare.
It was fun for me. I love that.
That's
But I'm
funny.
also really good at like argumentative speech.
Okay, yeah.
So like for me, I was always like proving points and like
Right.
I went to
It's a
school for
skill.
counseling, so it's a whole different world for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you're cool.
Hey, so
Thank you. You're cool.
You're cool.
You're cool too.
Oh, Jenna and I are friends now. So before we get out here, I want to talk about the new the YouTube docuseries you're doing.
Yeah.
Because we were talking earlier, it's a social media world. Whether you're on one side of the country, someone could be on the other side of the country, but still
Yeah.
be up to date with all your moves, which is a scary thing sometimes. But it's great to reach out to your fans who love you and the new thing that you're doing right now.
Yeah, so it's called I Am IYLA. It's a little docu-series. There's going to be a new episode every Tuesday.
Okay.
Cool.
And, you know, kind of back to what we were saying before, like I always want to be upfront and honest about this journey because being in the entertainment world, it's a interesting world, you know?
Yeah.
And people
coaster.
it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And I want to show that truth.
Yeah.
And not try to like, I don't know, cover that up
Sugarcoat it.
and
Not
sugarcoat
all.
it and whatever. And so
Glorious. And
yeah, and there are the amazing moments. Like the first episode kind of shows you the journey to signing my deal with Empire, which is like a partnership that we've done. And it changed my life, even that. And there's a lot of little things and big things.
Yeah.
And it's the journey, and you kind of get to like come along with me on the adventure.
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
dope.
it's cool and it's real
It
and it's
sounds
raw
inspiring.
and yeah, it's fun.
So people will see you, on stage or on your Instagram or here on YouTube. Like, the hair and makeup is great. You're here. You're at a radio station. Oh, all the spotlight's on you.
Yeah.
But they don't know like a half hour ago, your crew probably had to wake you up in the van because you've been driving for 8 hours. And this is
Right.
the third day in a row and then today you got to do like 80 different interviews. Like they
Right.
don't see that part. They just see the
Right.
spotlight, the hair and makeup.
Right. And so you'll be able to see all of that.
Yeah.
And so Brian, who's, here right now, so he's with me all the time.
Yeah.
Like everywhere we go,
Yeah.
every city, every hotel, like just everything, he's there
Yeah.
documenting it to really get that like kind of behind the scenes look
Absolutely.
Yeah.
at
That real
the
raw.
real life of somebody who's trying
You
to
guys,
be an artist. Yeah.
Are we gonna be on the docu-series?
Yeah, you are.
we are.
Surprise.
This is it right here.
We made it. We made it to Netflix.
Is there a love scene? Like, should I take my clothes off?
No,
like, is there
please
a,
don't.
is there
No,
like
no.
a, is there like a sex scene? Do we have like a
We
sex scene?
definitely
doing-
won't make it if you
Do
do
you
that.
have your
please,
soul patch?
please,
No, are we
please.
doing some sex? Oh no, never mind. They're gonna make fun of me. I
Literally
have a
took
thing.
his shirt off.
We have to tell her about
you
the
don't-
soul
no.
patch.
You don't wanna see his shirt
No,
off.
it's not a soul
Great.
patch.
He
He
has
said it was
like
a soul
literally.
patch.
I don't have a
you
soul
know, like
patch.
A little.
like goatee.
Yes.
He has one on his chest.
Is it red?
It is.
Of course it's red.
Love it.
red.
Okay, really fast though. You're tan. How's that
You
possible?
think so? No, look at my. I think
Look,
it's the
you just
lights.
made
It's the,
it.
it's the
Look at-
red lights.
Look at me though.
You just made his
Yeah.
whole entire life by that comment.
I've never had anybody call me tan, especially another ginger.
You guys are the same. No.
He's just more freckly.
Yes, I think it's the
You just don't
freckles.
like
I have
freckles.
No, I have
Barely.
Dang.
It's not easy.
Whatever.
It's not easy.
We're not all that lucky, but
yeah, they made fun of me because I don't have a lot of hair. Like redheads aren't hairy.
No,
Which
we're
is
not.
okay.
And I have a little like right here. And
I'm
I
pretty pale too.
took
so
off my
all
shirt
the hair
once.
just went right here.
Yeah. And normally, like if it's like summer
Wait,
season,
it
I'm kind of
grows
like
like that?
Yeah,
Yes.
we discussed that. He didn't
It
just.
grows a little bit, like right
Thank
here.
God he didn't
Wait,
trim it.
Hold on, here, Brian.
I hope he doesn't. Oh Lord.
No,
this
you're
this is how
not.
Strawberry's chest hair grows.
No,
a little
you're
bit. No, I'm
not.
not. A little
Oh.
here, like a little sprinkle dinkle right here, little
sprinkle
but then
dinkle.
like like hardcore. Boom. So normally, like
I
if
thought
it's
you like shaved it that way.
no,
No.
normally
Which
in
would be
like
even more awkward.
in shirt off season,
Right.
I'll kind of trim down this part right here. I'll give it like a
my
number
God.
2, right?
Oh.
And then this part just
Oh.
chills because this part's like always a number 2.
Would you guys die if I was like, yeah, I have that too? It's a red.
Yeah.
I would be like,
Everyone
see
slowly
it.
backs
Okay,
away
well,
from the mic.
I'd have
like,
to see it.
yeah.
Would you
They
die?
say, you got a third nipple.
it's a ginger. It's a ginger thing. You know, whatever.
No, I've seen her at the meetings every Wednesday. We
It's
do
a
a
big
thing.
deal.
Yeah.
There's something.
Conference calls.
I want to leave her with. On Instagram, we have lots of listeners that we talk to all the time.
Yeah.
And we had one little girl. I'm assuming she was probably in like middle school.
Okay.
On her bio, she was a redhead, and on her bio it said,
That's right.
hopefully I can get this right. She said, "Don't be mad because my hair color is on the rainbow and your hair colors
Looks like
looks
dirt.
like dirt."
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was like,
brutal.
yo, if I was a redhead, I'd use that for
Yeah.
the rest of my life.
That's my new
I think I have
bio.
a new song idea.
There
No,
you
I'm
go.
kidding.
There you go.
That's crazy.
Isn't
wow,
that so cute,
that's
though?
bold. Yeah.
And I thought
Yeah.
it was cute just because I'm sure she probably got
Yes.
made fun of a couple
Yeah.
times being a redhead,
Yeah.
and
Couple.
and for her to say, oh, with that kind of background,
Yeah,
like
yeah, she has
get
like
it,
the
girl.
attitude with
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Dang,
my hair
bold.
color's on a
Somebody
rainbow.
hurt her. Fuck them. I'm going to show them.
Hey,
Fucking Brian.
Before we get out here, IYLA, for the brand new people that are now on board the IYLA train, they are
Yes.
now full-fledged IYLA fans. They're gonna do a deep dive. They're gonna find your music before your EP. They're gonna find all your YouTubes. Send them somewhere. Where's the best place to send them?
I would say the
Digitally.
best place is, I mean, honestly, you can find me anywhere at IYLA, IYLA. It's easy. My Instagram, my YouTube, there's a lot of content, and I'm myself, and yeah. Find me there.
I love that.
Cool.
Yeah, you have an open door policy. Anytime you're in Seattle,
Straight
avoiding
up.
the sun, right? You come out here.
I love Seattle for that. It's a
There's
dream.
no sun.
Never.
sun.
Yeah, it is a redhead dream out here.
No
It is.
sun and lots of coffee.
Yes.
And actually,
Yep.
you know what's funny is because as a redhead, you know that you go to Safeway and you probably won't see them, right? Like
Right.
we don't.
They're rare.
I've been so weirded out by the amount of redheads out here.
Swear.
In Seattle?
Everywhere.
There's
Yeah.
everywhere.
All over the
everywhere.
place.
I go weeks without seeing a redhead.
Oh, no.
Easily.
Walk around
Easily.
here for an hour, you're going to see at least 10. I
Yeah.
promise
No.
you.
Go to the
Swear to God.
restaurant. Just keep your eyes open. You will see how many redheads are here. Because I told I told somebody, and I'm like, watch, we're gonna go out. We'll see
We
a bunch
should,
of
like,
redheads.
take her
They go,
redhead
There's
sightseeing."
one. There's one. It's
Any-
so weird. They're out here.
Yes.
We're out here.
Anybody
my
that
gosh.
visits me from a different area, I'm like, hey, peep game on all the redheads. And they're like, okay. They'll be like, yo, there's a redhead. Next thing, there's another one. Holy shit, there's another
No.
one. There's
This is
another
like a
one.
dream.
And then
Everywhere.
if
Yeah,
I leave
yeah.
them to go out and do their thing and then I come back at work or whatever, they're like,
Right.
yo, Jen, I saw like 20 redheads today, bro. I'm like, I know they're like out here.
Oh my God, when I see them, I'm going to give them like the little.
You gotta give them a little, like
I see
motorcycle
you.
riders.
Well, you
Yeah,
already
they see each other.
You already know the secret handshake. You already know the secret handshake.
Right, of course.
We've dealt with that.
Right,
On
yeah.
initiation.
We got
Yeah.
it.
Going back
Do you
back to our
want us
meetings.
leave?
Yeah.
We just go.
I'll see you at the
real.
next redhead meeting. But IYLA, thank you very much.
Yes, thank
IYLA,
you.
Thank
welcome
you
anytime.
guys.
Give your Instagram one more time.
My Instagram is at IYLA, IYLA.
There we go.
The Wake Up Show
With Strawberry, Lizette Love, and Jenna.
on KUBE 93.3.